Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're taking a look at my favourite Switch deals coming in under $10 or your local currency, and here I cover eShops in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. It is a massive week for deals though, and they for sure make my job easy, so with that luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family and let's get started. So first off, two things: it's not 10 games as seems to be the case every week at this point. I actually have 15 for you, and then every game today it is at a new all-time low price. Kicking us off this week though, let's go obscure with Freedom Finger, and this game, it's so much better than it probably has any right to be, but it's a side-scrolling shmup and punch 'em up where you fly a massive middle finger and you're out to take down all sorts of enemies. You're going to be doing this over like 40 different levels. It's got multiple difficulty modes though as well, a fully voice acted story, a fantastic soundtrack that's going to be worth listening to if you buy the game or not, and yeah, an absolute must buy for me at 60% off. It even has a suitable for work mode which censors the middle finger and swearing. So a co-op favourite of mine then, BIPED. Find yourselves taking on the role of two robots where you control each of their legs independently with the left and the right stick on your controller, and you can team up in either local co-op or work with a surprisingly good AI. Both single player and co-op though, it's two different stories entirely and two sets of challenges. It's basically though a puzzle kind of platformer game that takes some time to master, but once you get it, it is incredibly intuitive. Also, I gotta say with this one, like, I love the Pixar like Wally world they've gone for and character design, and this, it's another hidden gem at 41% off. A bit of a sales classic then here while I'm on Puzzlers, but The Gardens Between. It goes on sale frequently, but we finally see a new all-time low price here with 78% off, and I think it's fair to say it's a stunning piece of work. A puzzle-like adventure though, you'll be trying to get Arena and Friend through what is an emotional journey that studies their friendship, the good times they've had, the bad, and what must always be remembered. Stunning art and sound design as well with this one, and it is definitely highly recommended. Annapurna Interactive, then they're coming in hot with the deals this week, and they have three new all-time lows. First, the masterpiece that is Telling Lies. It's an FMV experience unlike anything I've ever experienced. In this one, you're trying to figure out how four lives are basically intertwined and uncover the truth behind what is a big lie. I don't want to give anything away with this one, but it isn't just, dialogue options. In fact, in this game there is no dialogue options. Instead, you search for keywords from a drive of video recordings, and you need to try to piece the mystery together from them, but you're only seeing one half of the conversation. Mystery fans, you gotta take a look at this with 55% off, and the acting on show here absolutely incredible. Gone Home then is what I would consider another mystery experience, and it's rocking a huge 75% off. This is mystery in the walking sim fashion, so I know that's not going to be for everyone, but yeah, this story of just returning home after a year away to find the house is now empty. Where is your family? Where have they gone? It's just something special. And yeah, you just need to explore the house, every inch of it, to kind of uncover exactly what happened to them. It even has a behind the scenes commentary. It's about 90 minutes in length, if that is your thing. And the story here, it was done by those involved with the BioShock series. If Found then tells the story of a trans woman returning home to the west of Ireland, and it's a visual novel that's extremely interactive. The idea here, you're tackling conflict with your family, your friends, all while facing the reality the world is going to end down to a black hole that has just appeared. The main tool in this game, it's an eraser as you basically wipe things away, but yeah, go along for what is a touching ride and just see the highs, the lows, her dreams, and what is her path forward. It released to pretty much universal acclaim, and it's well worth playing, but I do suggest with this one, play the handheld for the touchscreen controls. It's by far the best way to experience it, but it's also currently offering 33% off, which is more than a fair deal. Likewise then, with Annapurna Interactive, we won't be covering these, but they have some other classics on sale you may want to take a look at. Think Donut County Garagoa and Sayonara Wild Hearts as just a few examples. Nearly everything Annapurna puts out to the world though, it's nearly always gold, so I highly suggest check out a few of their titles and see if they are for you. Alright, so this week saw a first time sale on SHING, and it's a solid 50% off. In my review video, it's kind of been popping ever since, the deals went live. In that video though, I gave it a 4 out of 10, two of the main reasons there. Basically, the frame rate, it is variable, and frequently in battle it would go as low as 15 to 20 frames per second, and I had a ton of crashes. Well, they had a patch back in February, and I tested it today, and here are the results. This is the old footage you're seeing right now, and now for the new, you can see it's still variable, but now the lowest we hit is actually 26, and for the most part it's between that 30 to 50 mark. So yeah, absolute solid work there. Can't comment on crashes unfortunately, but I will say one boss that had them a whole lot for me. I checked it out and no crashes for me this time around. The trade-off for the improvement though, it seems to be load times are quite a bit longer now, but yeah, that's definitely a worthy trade-off. Basically though, like if you like the look of it, that 4 would probably be more like a 6 for me now. Right, the bullet is on sale then with 50% off. It's okay, I think it's fun in short bursts, but it can get pretty repetitive quickly. But I do think the price a whole lot more fair right now. It's pretty low with 50% off. It's a run and gun experience though, with hints of Metroidvania in some of its level design and almost maze-like vibe. But the twist here, you play as Chewie or Chewella, and you can eat your enemies and items around the world. Now, dependent on what you eat, it impacts the abilities you have. Again, look, nothing amazing, but that price, it's for sure decent. So a quick self-plug there, Monster Hunter Rise is finally here. Me and Curry, we will be streaming that starting tonight over on Twitch. If you haven't joined us there yet, swing by, say hey, watch us no doubt fail as rookies at the series, and maybe give us a few pointers if you would be so kind. I will link that down below though in the pinned comment, and yeah, on to the next game. So Project Starship X I picked up thanks to the channel Star or Shovelware, a good friend of this channel. It was his first ever 5 out of 5 review. I picked it up after seeing that, and he was not wrong. It's an incredible vertical shmup that has you battling your way through 14 levels. The nice touch here though, it's got to be procedural generation, meaning it's always something new and fresh every time you face it. On top of that then, there's a ton of weapons and a fair few modes as well. The pixel work for me, that is the standout though, and it's one of the better examples of the genre on the Switch, and really that says a lot when we have such a great selection already on the console. My pickups then, and I'm actually grabbing 3 this week. This first one though, it's again thanks to a Star or Shovelware review, and I will link both of these, Project Starship and this one, in the comments down below. But I'm going to be grabbing FATUM BETULA, I think I'm saying that right. It's basically a recent release though, with a launch discount of 30% off, and I don't even know where to start in describing this one. It's basically this PS1 inspired retro-like experience, and it's just all about exploration. Just go watch that review if you're like me and you like to check out the more obscure looking titles to hit the console, because this one just looks way out there. Then I'm going to be grabbing a Dog Duty. Honestly, look, reviews on this one I've seen are very average, that kind of 5 out of 10 mark for the most part. Seems to be a bit more loved over on Steam, but it's 90% off. It's just such a sizable, deal. I'm willing to take the risk. It's an isometric shooter, and you'll control a squad to take down evil bigwig Octopus Commander. I'm not going in here expecting anything amazing from those reviews, but figured it might be good for 15-minute sessions here, and yeah, look, I can't deny as well, I just like the colourful visuals, it's rocking. My final pickup then is Element. It's a real-time strategy game that released way back in 2018. It's got this very cool, rotating Earth vibe to it all. It got slightly above average reviews though, but my understanding is since that initial release they have added new content. And the whole concept of this one, it's basically bite-sized real-time strategy. The idea though, you're looking for a new home after your current home will no longer support you, and you'll be moving from planet to planet, gathering resources and defeating enemies. SwitchUp actually covered this one back in the day, and I will link that video down below. It's what made me figure it was, worth the risk, but honestly, look, it's just nice to see it appear again at the front of the eShop so long after launch. Our final 3 games then. First off, KLAUS finally gets another sale here in the US and Canada, UK, EU and AU. They've seen a sale on this one a few times, but not here for some reason. This though, it's a solid puzzle platforming adventure that has a hint of ultra challenging, Twitch platforming at points. It's a little slow to start things off, but an hour or so in and the mystery will kind of hook you, and its unusual presentation and delivery of its story, it has a lot of charm to it, especially the final few levels, which are pretty incredible. 50% off though, it's not a bad deal at all, and you'll be taking these 2 characters through what is a very strange world. Our penultimate game of the week then, Murder by Numbers. It's incredible, it's 50% off, it's a steal, but it's, if you like, it's kind of unique combination of official novel interrogations and then Picross. Here though, you're teaming up with a robot to prove your innocence after a murder occurs on the set of a TV show you was working on until you got fired. Story's hilarious though with this one, the characters are great, I love the whole 90s vibe they've gone for, and the soundtrack is another level too. If you like the idea of Think Phoenix Wright with Numbers though, it's probably gonna be the game for you. The final game of the week then is The Last Campfire from the team behind No Man's Sky. This one released relatively quietly, and no doubt that was on purpose after all the backlash they experienced with No Man's Sky. This one though, much smaller in its scale, just a puzzle adventure set around a lost ember searching for meaning and a way home. It's very simplistic stuff, but just a great ride. I love the visual style and the world in general, and yeah, this is another gem on the console. The only issue I do have, it currently has an unlocked frame rate as it pushes to hit somewhere near 60. It's just not needed for this one though, and it kind of goes all over the place and you do feel it. In my opinion, they should have just locked it out at 30. And that's it, another week down, and this is one of the best I've seen in a long time, but it has a funny timing on the eve of Monster Hunter Rise, where no doubt everyone's cash will be going, or at least a good percentage of us. Will you be adding anything to your collection though this week, or will you be keeping that credit card safely locked away? With that though, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.